founder grows. Management and leadership quote. Sheryl Sandberg. Leaders should strive for authenticity over perfection. Albert Schweitzer. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It is the only thing. Liz Brenner. Great managers fight for their people. Arsene Wenger. A manager is a guide. He takes a group of people and says, "With you, I can make us a success, I can show you the way." Chinese proverb. Not the cry, but the flight of a wild duck leads the flock to fly and follow. Lee Iacocca. If I had to sum up in a word what makes a good manager, I'd say decisiveness. You can use the fanciest computers to gather the numbers, but in the end you have to set a timetable and act. Seneca. He who has great power should use it lightly. Fuchan Yuan. There are 3 essentials to leadership: humility, clarity, and courage. Warren Bennis. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Stephen Covey. Management is efficiency in climbing the ladder of success, leadership determines whether the ladder is leaning against the right wall. Ted Turner. A leader is someone who creates infectious enthusiasm. Kenneth Blanchard and Spencer Johnson. Catch someone doing something right. Jim Goodnight. Treat employees like they make a difference, and they will. George S. Patton. Don't tell people how to do things, tell them what to do and let them surprise you. Robert Townsend. One of the most important tasks of a manager is to eliminate his people's excuse for failure. James Cook. To be a good manager of people requires both fairness and bluntness. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up the men to gather wood, divide the work, and give orders. Instead, teach them to yearn for the vast and endless sea. Nelson Mandela. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership. Marissa Mayer. Find the smartest people you can and surround yourself with them. Helen McCabe. One bad day from one member of my staff doesn't mean they are not really good at their jobs the rest of the time. I play a long game in terms of management. Casey Stengel. The key to being a good manager is keeping the people who hate me away from those who are still undecided. Marcus Buckingham. As a manager, your job is not to teach people talent. Your job is to help them earn the accolade talented by matching their talent to the role. To do this well, like all great managers, you have to pay close attention to the subtle but significant differences between roles. Ben Horowitz. A manager can't act like a role model. They need to be a role model. Carlos Ghosn. I think that the best training a top manager can be engaged in is management by example. Jim Rohn. The challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude, be kind, but not weak, be bold, but not bully, be thoughtful, but not lazy, be humble, but not timid, be proud, but not arrogant, have humor, but without folly. Dennis Waitley. Don't be a time manager, be a priority manager. Cut your major goals into bite-sized pieces. Each small priority or requirement on the way to ultimate goal becomes a mini goal in itself. Mike Huckabee. A leader is the one who can outline the broad vision and the direction and say, here's where we are going to go, here's why we need to go there, and here's how we are going to get there. A manager is the one who actually gets up under the hood and tunes the carburetor. Bob Nelson. An employee's motivation is a direct result of the sum of interactions with his or her manager. Mark Hughes. Sometimes the manager actually is the glue that holds everything together, and when you take that manager out, sometimes that's when things start to go really wrong. Eden DZ. I think, for every player, it is important he knows the manager believes in him, and it is important he has the confidence of the manager. That helps you to find the best form. Charles Murray. You can learn a lot about good management by working under someone who is a bad manager. Eliyahu Goldratt. To be a good manager, a manager tries to constantly fight to reduce waste.